Hey again, guys. So, in this video, I'm going to recap the first 1 and 2 weeks of my journey to self care, self discovery, whatever we want to call it. And I'm going to reference my handy dandy notebook. This says, live the life that you've imagined. And I happen to have it sitting around, and I thought, what a better notebook to make my notes about my sessions with Hannah, my life coach. And I love making notes because I can look back on it and I really just kind of get some clarity, and it kind of takes me back to the place that I was at when I had that aha moment. So in our first week, that was one of the things. I was really just struggling with feeling so overwhelmed that I didn't know what to do, that I was just unhappy, that I felt like I was doing just an okay job at all the things rather than a great job. So that was hard for me. I like to do really well. There's some things that I'm really great at. I'm a great doula. I'm a great mom most of the time. And there's some things that I'm not good at. Like sometimes I'm not the best wife. Sometimes I become a really frustrated mom. Sometimes I'm not a great friend. And just coming to that realization that I'm overwhelmed, that not being great at these things is really bothering me, and I need to do something about it. So we just kind of chatted about where I was at and what was going on most of my life. The biggest relationship that I've been struggling with is the relationship with my husband. We've been together for 13 years, and so much changes over 13 years. And I realized that we really got to a point where we weren't talking about things. We were more assuming that we knew what the other person was thinking. And 9 times out of 10, when you assume what someone else is thinking, regardless of how long you've spent with that person or how well you think you know them, like, you're wrong. You're wrong. Their thoughts are not your thoughts. And the only way you find those out is by talking about them. And it's just something that we avoided for a long time, just having those hard conversations and really asking each other the questions that we needed to have a better understanding of where the other person was coming from. So that's what I went into with my session, that I was very overwhelmed about, that I was really unhappy with, and I had to do something to make it better because I just couldn't stay in that same place any longer. So every one of our sessions, there's a takeaway that Hannah leaves me with, and we talk about the value of the conversation, so what I got out of it, and the acknowledgement, so what I want to be acknowledged about, that we happen to talk about in the session, or that what realization I came to, basically, because it's amazing talking to her because I have like all of these aha moments and like these light bulbs, and I keep saying, like, I have these light bulb moments, and slowly but surely they're lighting the path for me to take. So when I think of a light bulb moment, I've always thought about, I make a decision right then and there as far as what I need, but I'm realizing that I need a lot of those light bulb moments in order to decide which way I need to go or what I need to do. So there's not just one thing that is going to change my perspective. There's not one thing that's going to change my feelings, that it's a lot of things put together, and it's a lot of work and just really self-awareness. So the value for the conversation was self-awareness. Just really kind of looking and saying, okay, this is my thoughts, like really talking about them and not being scared of them and having somebody to chat with about them, like, and just kind of help me ask those thought-provoking questions to help lead the conversation. Just brought out all of these things that I realized that I was unhappy with or that I was doing wrong, and also realizing that knowing what I was doing wrong was so powerful because we don't do better until we know better. And then the acknowledgement that I wanted for the session was saying the hard things, because sometimes it's easy to think those thoughts, but it's totally different to say them out loud and to have a conversation about them and to have somebody ask you questions about them. Like that's a hard thing to do. And I was just really proud of myself for digging in and putting it all out there, because I've realized it's not going to get better until I put it all out there.